What Elon Musk knows about money, that you'll never learn in college. In a world driven by credentials and diplomas, the average person grows up believing that the key to wealth is hidden within the walls of a university. Lectures, textbooks, and exams become the currency of hope for millions dreaming of financial freedom. Parents save for decades, students bury themselves in debt, and society praises the piece of paper at the end of the academic tunnel as the ultimate validation of future success. But what if the real rules of money, the raw, uncomfortable truths that govern wealth and opportunity, were never taught in any classroom? What if the person who cracked that code never relied on traditional education at all, and instead built an empire through an entirely different kind of learning? Welcome to the untold side of money, a world where intuition, obsession, and sheer vision replace theory. In this documentary-style journey, we'll uncover what Elon Musk understands about money that the rest of the world is blind to. This isn't about luxury cars or space rockets. It's about the mental wiring behind financial decisions, the strategies that defy conventional wisdom, and the uncomfortable truths that colleges conveniently ignore. And through Elon's path, you'll witness how the richest man on Earth plays a game that most people don't even know exists. If you're tired of generic financial advice, if you've ever felt like the system is rigged or incomplete, stay with us. Because what you're about to hear may not just challenge everything you've been taught. It might just change your life. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Hit that like button if you're already intrigued. And let us know in the comments, what's the worst money advice you ever got from school? Let's dive in. Elon Musk didn't grow up rich. In fact, the early years of his life in South Africa were marked not by opulence, but by isolation. A quiet child, often bullied and misunderstood, Elon sought refuge in books, not textbooks, but science fiction, technology manuals, and philosophy. These were not part of any school curriculum, but they planted the seeds for a mental framework that would one day challenge the very institutions that shaped most people's understanding of success. Musk often speaks of how the educational system is designed more to train obedience than to inspire innovation. His own experience in school left him frustrated with the rigid structure and lack of real-world application. It wasn't until he stepped outside those walls that he began to understand how money, real money, works. There is a silent agreement made between schools and society. Go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, and you'll be financially secure. It's a comforting promise, but one built on outdated assumptions. The truth is, the world has shifted dramatically, and yet our education system hasn't. While schools still prioritize memorization over critical thinking, the economy now rewards risk-takers, visionaries, and those who can create value at scale. Elon Musk embodies this shift. He left Stanford after just 2 days, not because he wasn't smart enough, but because he realized it was a waste of time. He saw the explosion of the internet coming and knew that no classroom could teach him how to ride that wave. So he dropped out. Not into uncertainty, but into opportunity. That one decision marked the beginning of a different kind of education, one based on doing, failing, and adapting. Musk's early ventures, from Zip2 to PayPal, weren't the result of academic brilliance, but of relentless experimentation and an obsession with solving problems that mattered. This mindset, you're prioritizing real-world impact over theoretical knowledge, is a key reason why he amassed the kind of wealth most only dream of. But here's the kicker. None of this is taught in college. You're not graded on resilience. No professor teaches you how to spot inefficiencies in the market or how to turn rejection into redirection. The financial principles Musk lives by, resource allocation, calculated risk, long-term vision, are found in boardrooms and back alleys, not in classrooms. And yet, millions still cling to a broken roadmap. If this resonates with you so far, smash that like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Were you ever taught how to make money in school? or just how to earn it for someone else. There's a story Elon Musk once told about trying to build a rocket. After being quoted tens of millions of dollars by established aerospace companies, he asked a simple question: what are the raw materials of a rocket, and how much do they cost? When he added it up, the answer wasn't tens of millions. It was less than 2% of the quoted price. That moment sparked what would become the founding of SpaceX, but more importantly, it highlighted a way of thinking that would reshape everything Musk touched, including how he viewed money. This is what he calls reasoning from first principles, breaking things down to their fundamental truths and rebuilding from there. While schools teach you to compare, copy, and iterate, Musk learned to start from scratch. And when you apply this to money, it shatters every traditional belief about wealth creation. The average person looks at money transactionally: earn it, save it, spend it. It's a closed system, taught to function like a salary cycle. But Musk saw money as energy, a tool to move value from one place to another. Instead of asking, "How can I make more money?" he asked, "What is the core function of capital, and how do I use it to solve meaningful problems?" This shift in thinking is radical. While most are focused on comfort and security, Musk reinvests every cent into building the future. From pouring his own PayPal fortune into Tesla and SpaceX to risking bankruptcy multiple times, he treats money as fuel, not as a trophy. That mentality doesn't just change how you spend, it transforms how you see opportunities. Suddenly, it's not about what something costs, but what it's worth in potential. Colleges teach financial preservation. Musk teaches financial propulsion. But here's the twist. This kind of thinking makes you deeply uncomfortable. It forces you to strip away borrowed opinions and confront risk in its purest form. Most people avoid it because it's hard, and because no one ever showed them how. Traditional finance courses don't touch this. They teach compound interest, not exponential thinking. They teach diversification, not obsession. And yet, it's this very obsession, this willingness to challenge every norm and ask why until there's nothing left to question, that built Musk's empire. You can apply this too. Look at your job, your habits, your beliefs about money, and ask, are they built on truth or tradition? If this is opening your eyes, drop a comment with the phrase "start from zero" and tell us what belief about money you're questioning right now. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. This journey is just getting started. In 2008, Elon Musk was facing what many would consider a financial and emotional collapse. Tesla was on the brink of failure, SpaceX had suffered 3 failed rocket launches, and his personal fortune, largely gained from the sale of PayPal, had all but vanished. He had invested almost everything he had, not in safe portfolios or retirement funds, but in dreams. Most people, even wealthy ones, would have retreated at this point. But Musk did the opposite. He doubled down. He famously split his remaining money between his 2 struggling companies, knowing full well that both could still fail. This wasn't recklessness. It was conviction. He understood that building something revolutionary demands the willingness to lose everything. In his world, risk isn't the enemy. Risk is the currency you pay to buy your vision a seat at the table. Most people are trained to avoid risk like it's poison. From early childhood, we're told to play it safe, follow the rules, choose the secure path. Schools reinforce this by rewarding predictability and punishing deviation. But Elon Musk was never interested in playing within those boundaries. For him, every risk was an experiment, a chance to gather data and adapt. When people see his success today, they often forget the sleepless nights, the lawsuits, the ridicule, the panic of wondering if it was all for nothing. Musk once said, "Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough." That mindset is deeply incompatible with most financial teachings which emphasize loss, avoidance. But Musk didn't chase safety. he chased significance. And that pursuit required the courage to lose everything in service of something bigger than himself. This lesson isn't just about startups or billionaires. It's about how you make decisions in your own life. Are you building a life that's designed to avoid pain or one that's built to create meaning? Elon Musk teaches us that the most valuable outcomes come from discomfort, and that comfort is often the enemy of progress. You don't need millions to apply this. You need a willingness to lean into the unknown. Whether you're starting a side hustle, changing careers, or investing in something unconventional, ask yourself, are you avoiding risk, or are you learning how to manage it? Drop a comment with "risk is fuel" if this hit home. And don't forget to like this video if you're starting to see money through a different lens, one where fear is no longer in control. In a culture obsessed with dollars, most people miss the real currency Elon Musk values most: time. Unlike money, time is non-renewable. Once spent, it's gone forever. While others hoard cash, Musk allocates his time like a master investor. He divides his day into 5-minute slots, working across multiple companies, pushing the limits of physics, engineering, and business all at once. But this isn't just about hyperproductivity. It's a philosophy rooted in control, not of others, but of himself. Musk doesn't let time happen to him. He seizes it, engineers it, and treats every moment like a high-value investment. Because he understands something most never learn in school. The true cost of any decision isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in time. Think about how we're taught to trade our time. Most of us exchange hours for money, often in jobs that drain us just to survive. The more money you want, the more time you're expected to sacrifice. But Musk flips that script. He doesn't just earn money, he uses money to buy back time. That means automating decisions, eliminating distractions, and hiring people to do anything that isn't part of his core genius. This isn't arrogance, it's efficiency. He once said, "I think it's possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary." And choosing to be extraordinary begins with how you use your time. College teaches you to build a resume. Musk teaches you to build a life where you control the clock. And when you control your time, you control your destiny. This isn't about becoming a robot or squeezing more hours into your day. It's about rethinking what your time is truly worth. Are you spending it building your dream or renting it out to build someone else's? Are you investing it in mastery, relationships, and creation, or scrolling, waiting, surviving? Elon Musk doesn't just use time wisely. He protects it like a treasure because he knows it's the one thing that no amount of money can buy back once it's lost. If this is shifting your mindset, hit that like button and tell us in the comments, what's one thing you're going to stop doing to reclaim your time? And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is your moment. The next chapters go even deeper, and they may just redefine how you think about wealth, work, and your future. Elon Musk never set out to become the richest man in the world. What he set out to do was solve problems, massive, terrifying, world-altering problems. From accelerating the transition to sustainable energy with Tesla, to making humanity a multiplanetary species through SpaceX, Musk's goals weren't driven by profit, but by purpose. Yet paradoxically, this focus on value creation, not money, accumulation, is precisely what made him so wealthy. In his world, money is not the goal, it's a byproduct, a result of relentlessly solving things that matter. While traditional education teaches you to seek a stable income, Elon teaches you to create impact. The deeper the problem, the bigger the opportunity, and the person who solves it becomes irreplaceable. That's the secret colleges don't tell you. The fastest path to wealth is becoming a solution that the world can't live without. Most people chase money directly. They look for jobs that pay well, follow trends, and try to hack the system. But this strategy often leads to burnout, mediocrity, or worse, irrelevance. Musk, on the other hand, asks one question: what is broken, and how can I fix it? This question led him into industries no sane entrepreneur wanted to touch: auto manufacturing, space travel, even brain-computer interfaces. These aren't glamorous playgrounds. They're hard, technical, and fraught with risk. But that's the point. Because where others saw barriers, Musk saw blue oceans. And every time he solved a problem that no one else would touch, he didn't just make money. He rewrote the rules. That's the difference between being paid and being indispensable. While schools focus on qualifications, Musk focuses on contribution. This is the lesson hiding in plain sight. Don't chase money, chase problems. The bigger the problem, the more powerful the outcome. Want to build real wealth? Stop asking, "What should I do to get rich?" Start asking, "What pain can I eliminate for others?" It might be in your neighborhood, your industry, or halfway across the world. But if you can solve it, you've already stepped into Musk's world, a world where value comes first and money follows like a shadow. Let us know in the comments, what problem are you passionate about solving? And if this part of the video is lighting you up, hit the like button and share it with someone who's still chasing income instead of impact. Because once you start thinking like this, you'll never go back to trading time for money again. Ask Elon Musk about work-life balance, and he won't sugarcoat his answer. He said openly that building something truly meaningful, something that shifts the course of humanity, requires excruciating effort. Not balance, not moderation, obsession. For most people, that sounds extreme, even unhealthy. And it is, by conventional standards. But Musk never aimed for a conventional life. While others clock out at 5, he works 80 to 100 hours a week. While others separate passion from profession, he fuses the two into a relentless engine of creation. This isn't about glorifying hustle for the sake of burnout. It's about understanding that greatness comes at a cost. And Musk, unlike most, is willing to pay that cost repeatedly. In his world, obsession isn't a flaw. It's the prerequisite for mastery. Schools and universities often encourage a balanced approach. Study a little of everything, maintain a wide network, stay well-rounded. But Musk's story explodes that narrative. From his teenage years devouring encyclopedias to teaching himself rocket science and computer programming, he didn't dabble. He immersed. He became obsessed with solving impossible problems, and that obsession bred uncommon results. When SpaceX faced failure after failure, he didn't take a vacation. He slept on the factory floor. When Tesla was weeks from collapse, he didn't delegate leadership. He tightened his grip. That's not because he's a control freak. It's because no one else could see what he saw with the clarity obsession provides. In his eyes, obsession isn't dangerous. Apathy is. Passion isn't enough. Only obsession has the stamina to see the invisible and pursue it until it becomes reality. This is the fork in the road that most people never confront. Are you trying to be comfortable, or are you trying to be legendary? Obsession is scary because it asks for everything. It eats weekends, vacations, excuses, but in exchange, it gives you something far rarer: the power to create things that change the world. This doesn't mean everyone should live like Musk, but it does mean we need to stop demonizing obsession, because the people who build rockets, rewrite industries, and shape the future, they're never balanced. They're possessed by a vision, so vivid they can't look away. So ask yourself, what's your obsession? And are you feeding it or fleeing it? If this message resonates, smash that like button and drop a comment saying "all in," because that's what this journey demands. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. The next insight might be the one that ignites your fire. When you imagine the world's richest man, you probably don't picture someone living in a 400-square-foot prefab home, selling off his real estate, and choosing to sleep on friends' couches while building rockets. But that's exactly what Elon Musk has done. Despite being worth hundreds of billions, Musk has made it clear: material comfort isn't his goal. Impact is. He once sold all of his mansions to avoid distractions and prove a point that he wasn't in this for the riches. That choice shocked many. But for Musk, luxury is a side effect of success, not the purpose. He understands that the more he owns, the more owns him. And the less clutter he carries, the more he can focus on what matters, solving humanity's hardest problems before time runs out. In a world obsessed with showing off wealth, Musk chose to show discipline. Most people are conditioned to chase comfort. The nicer car, the bigger house, the next upgrade. Society tells us that more money should lead to more spending, more prestige, more indulgence. But Elon turns that idea inside out. His lifestyle philosophy is minimalist, almost monastic. He doesn't spend lavishly, not because he can't, but because he doesn't see the point. Every dollar he doesn't spend on himself is one more. He can funnel into Mars missions, solar innovation, or AI safety. He said openly that he's accumulating resources to help make life multiplanetary, not to throw extravagant parties or own yachts. That clarity of purpose, that willingness to defer pleasure for progress, is what separates those who build a legacy from those who merely consume one. And it's a message you'll never hear in traditional financial education. That discipline is wealth in its highest form. This flips the entire money script. What if true wealth isn't about what you have, but what you build? What if the purpose of money isn't to elevate your status, but to extend your impact? Elon Musk's life is a powerful contradiction to the influencer-driven culture of, look rich. He lives to do, not to impress. And in doing so, he proves that wealth, when untethered from ego, becomes fuel for innovation. Ask yourself, if you suddenly had more money than you could spend in a lifetime, what would you do with it? Would you chase more pleasure or more purpose? Drop your answer in the comments, and if this reshaped your idea of success, don't forget to like this video and share it with someone still stuck in the luxury trap. Because real power isn't in showing what you can afford. It's in choosing what you refuse to buy for the sake of something greater. By now, you've journeyed through the mind of Elon Musk, through obsession, problem-solving, time mastery, and legacy over luxury. But here's the truth no one likes to hear. None of it will matter unless you're willing to unlearn everything you've been taught about money. Because the real barrier isn't lack of opportunity. It's the conditioning you've inherited. From classrooms to boardrooms, we're trained to think like employees, to obey systems, to fear failure, and to seek comfort. But Elon Musk thinks like a hacker, an engineer, a rebel. He doesn't accept rules, he rewrites them. He doesn't ask what's probable, he asks what's possible. That mindset doesn't come from a textbook. It comes from questioning the textbook itself. And that's where your journey begins, not by adding more knowledge, but by tearing out the pages that have kept you small. Ask yourself, what beliefs about money have you never challenged? That it's evil? That it's scarce? That you have to suffer for it or wait decades to deserve it? Musk rejected all of that. He treats money as a tool, neutral, abundant, and available to anyone bold enough to solve something real. He doesn't worship it, he wields it. That's why he invests in moonshots instead of margins. That's why he faces ridicule and resistance without blinking. Because he knows nothing worth building has ever come from consensus. The reason most people never reach the next level isn't because they're not smart or talented. It's because they're too loyal to the story they were sold. Elon tore up that story. And in its place, he built rockets, electric revolutions, and a legacy that may outlast the planet itself. Now, it's your turn. You've heard the lessons. You've seen the mindset. You've witnessed what's possible when someone dares to think differently. But knowledge without action is wasted. So here's your challenge. What belief will you unlearn today? What small rebellion will you commit to? Leave it in the comments. Your declaration, your break from the ordinary. And if this video stirred something in you, a spark, a question, a calling, hit that like button and subscribe, because we're just getting started. Elon Musk may be an outlier, but his thinking isn't reserved for geniuses. It's for anyone bold enough to confront the lies they've inherited and rewrite the script. The world doesn't need more degrees, it needs more dangerous minds. So go, be dangerous, and don't just chase money. Build something that money can't. Bye.